We're very happy to have you join us this evening. I'm Christine Tona. I'm the interim superintendent. And on the screen, we'll introduce everyone in a little bit. But at this time, I want to introduce Raquel Garcia, who is our interpreter for the evening.
Noches.
So for anyone who is watching this and would like to hear this presentation in Spanish, we'll be turning on live interpretation in a moment.
Vamos a tener la traducción en español y vamos a agregar pues la opción para que ustedes la tengan en español.
So in a moment, that will be turned on and you can listen to the presentation in Spanish.
Vamos entonces a ponerla en un momento y ustedes van a poder escuchar la presentación en español.
If you are participating from a Chromebook, Chromebooks do not have the interpretation function. You would need to participate or watch the presentation from a tablet or a phone or a traditional computer.
Si usted está participando por medio de un Chromebook, ahí no tiene la opción para tenerlo en español. Tendría que participar por medio de su teléfono o tal vez otra forma de otra computadora que no sea el Chromebook.
All right, thank you, Ms. Garcia. I'm turning on the function now. All right, here we go.
Thank you to Denise Stevenson, our Director of E&L and World Languages, grades 5 through 12. And I don't think the audience can see everyone on the screen, correct? It's just the speaker that they can see at a time. So we're going to introduce everyone here, but I'm going to ask all of our panelists to unmute so that you can show up on the screen. Otherwise, if you wave, I don't think the people at home will be able to see you. So when I call your name, if you can introduce yourself, Dr. Kerner.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Lori Kerner, Executive Director for Curriculum, Instruction, and Professional Personnel.
Maria.
Hi, I'm Dr. Maria Casamassa, Director of English Language Arts.
Jean Marie.
Hi, my name is Jean Marie Mazzaferro. I'm the Director of PPS and Special Education.
Brian.
Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Miltenberg, Principal of Aquabog Elementary School. Thanks for being here tonight.
Laura.
Trying to unmute myself. Hi, everyone. My name is Laura Arcuri. I'm the Assistant Principal at Roanoke Elementary School.
Jean.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. I'm Jean Grimm. I'm the Assistant Principal at Riley Avenue Elementary School.
David.
Hi, good evening, everybody, and welcome. I'm David Enos, Principal of Riley Avenue School.
Allison.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Allison Conroy. I'm the Assistant Principal at Phillips Avenue Elementary School. Welcome.
Deb.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Deb Rogers. I'm the Principal of the Phillips Avenue Elementary School. Welcome and thank you for joining us this evening.
Gary.
I'm Gary Carlson, Assistant Principal at Aquabog. Very nice to be with you all.
Amy.
Hi, good evening. My name is Amy McKee. I'm the Assistant Director here of PPS, Special Education. Nice to see everyone.
Liz.
Liz Scaduto, Director of English as a New Language and Bilingual Programs at the K-4 level.
And Tom?
Hi, I'm Tom Payton, Principal of Roanoke Avenue Elementary School. Welcome all.
And we also have several of our teachers here with us this evening. Karen?
Hi, everyone. My name is Karen Skopp. I'm a kindergarten teacher at Aquabog Elementary School, and this is my 21st year teaching kindergarten. So glad to be here with you.
Thank you. Caitlin?
Hi, I'm Caitlin Rodriguez. I'm the K-2, so kindergarten through second grade self-contained teacher at Aquabog Elementary.
Kim?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kim Benkert. I'm a kindergarten teacher at Aquabog Elementary School.
Corinne?
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm Corinne Pozzolano. I'm a kindergarten teacher over at Phillips Avenue Elementary School.
Christine?
Hello, good evening. Christine Kessler. I've been teaching kindergarten for many years. This year I have a virtual platform that I'm teaching second grade.
Sunita?
Hi, my name is Rita Rodriguez. I teach kindergarten at Aquabog Elementary School.
And Anyel.
Hi, my name is Anyel Tomer, and I am the bilingual kindergarten teacher at Phillips Avenue.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. And Ms. Stevenson, would you like to say anything? You're our technological guru, so.
Yes, hi, Denise Stevenson, Director of ENL and World Languages for grades 5 through 12.
So welcome, everyone. I'm going to share my screen. So we have 7 schools in the district. 4 of them are K4. We have Aquabog Elementary, Roanoke Avenue, Riley Avenue, Phillips Avenue, and then Pulaski Street School houses our 5th and 6th grade students. And then we have 7th and 8th graders at the middle school and 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th graders at the high school. So on this slide, I know everyone introduced themselves, but here is the contact information for each of the buildings and the principal and assistant principal and telephone numbers. And we are recording this session, so we'll put this up on the website probably tomorrow. And elementary curriculum, and in a few minutes, once we go through the slides, I will ask all of our panelists if there's anything that they'd like to add, and we will open this up to a question and answer period at the end. I know when you have a child that's coming into school and you haven't had the experience of having a child in school before, this is nerve-wracking and lots of questions. And that's what tonight is designed to provide you with the first taste of information. And our building administrators, they are there. If you have any follow-up questions, you could reach out to them as well. And our teachers are super sources of information because they know what's happening in day to day, minute by minute in the classrooms with your children. So our elementary curriculum, we have full day kindergarten. We focus on literacy and math. The students have time throughout the day for social interaction, play, creativity. They're learning their letters, their sounds, learning how to read, count. We have a math program, reading program. And then as you move beyond kindergarten, there's additional support services. And we also have weekly instruction in all of our elementary classrooms, physical education, art, music, library. We have cafeteria program, recess. This year is different because we are facing the pandemic and we had to change a lot of how we do things. And our instruction changed over the past 12 months quite a bit. A year ago, we were looking at classrooms that were fully remote, and our teachers everyone was working from home. And we were, at this point a year ago, we were hoping we were coming back very soon. And here we are a year later, and our instruction has morphed. And what that has done is it's provided our teachers, our staff, and our students with opportunities to integrate technology into their day, whether they're home on remote or in school, and using technology in ways to strengthen our curriculum. We recognize if perhaps you're on the call tonight and you have a child that you're thinking about enrolling that's not in kindergarten, maybe 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th grade, and they've been in school. And we recognize that there might be gaps and areas that your child may need some support. And we have those supports throughout our district in every one of our schools. Our curriculum may be the same in each building, but may look a little bit different in each building because each building has its own culture, but we are one district. And our teachers communicate with each other, our administrators communicate with each other, and we do have regular conversations about what we can do to provide the best education for the students. So here's a typical day in kindergarten. And after we go through the slideshow, I'll ask the kindergarten teachers if anyone wants to share what the day looks like. But you could see here an outline of activities, snack time, lunchtime, playtime, special area classes. The children learn how to read, write, use math. They There's read alouds, there's other information about science and social studies, current events. They have definitely a full day. If your child qualifies for English language learner services, if another language is spoken in the home, or if the child speaks another language, they are automatically evaluated for English language learner services. We have daily instruction that could be pushed into the classroom or standalone, which goes to a separate location. And the purpose of English language learner instruction is to provide the students with a foundation in English language. Our teachers of this program don't necessarily speak another language other than English. We also have bilingual programs. Those teachers do speak another language, and primarily our bilingual classes are in Spanish. So if you have any questions, you met at the beginning, Mrs. Scaduto and Mrs. Stevenson, and their phone numbers are there. You could always reach out to them for any additional questions that you have. We offer a full complement of special education services, ranging from resource room, integrated co-teaching classes, self-contained classes, as well as support services, physical and occupational therapy services. Again, students who qualify for these services generally go through the Committee on Special Education. We also have AIS services, academic intervention services in reading and math, and we do try to try many different strategies with classroom teachers and support teachers prior to moving to Committee on Special Education. We do evaluate all of our students through a program called iReady, where it's a diagnostic assessment, and it gives us information about how your child is doing in reading and in math. And we offer that 3 times a year when it's not COVID. During COVID, we've had to make a lot of adjustments to evaluate the students, but that's an internal assessment, and it helps us plan a program for every individual child. The classroom teacher gets that information, and it helps with their flexible groups that they have in the classroom, which students need some support, which students are soaring and could be given some additional information to move them even further. And Mrs. Mazzaferro and Mrs. McKee were on, introduced themselves at the beginning, and their phone numbers are there as well. We offer many other supports. I mentioned the technology. We have iPads for our younger students and Chromebooks for our older students. All students receive breakfast and lunch on a daily basis at no cost. That's through the community eligibility provision. That's throughout the district. I mentioned remedial reading and math services, speech and language services, and we have social workers and psychologists to provide counseling support. As children grow through elementary school, it's a developmental process, and students may have different needs at different times. And our teachers will work with the parents, and you will hear from your kindergarten teacher quite often about what needs your child has and where your child's strengths are. And it's a partnership, and every child blooms at a different point. And so some children will come into kindergarten reading, and some children will leave kindergarten reading. Some children may start reading at first grade, but our teachers have the strategies in place to help every child succeed, no matter where they are, and bring them to where they need to be. Each of our buildings have a wonderful parent-teacher organization, a PTO, which supports the school. We encourage all families to join the PTO. When it's not COVID times, the schools have wonderful events in the evenings for families, where you'll get to know the other families, the other parents. Your children will make friends in the classroom, beyond the classroom, and the PTO activities that are planned and school-based activities that are planned provide the opportunity for families to come together. And while each individual school is definitely a family, we are all part of the Riverhead Central School District family, one big district. We also have partnerships with other community organizations that provide services such as a mobile food pantry on a monthly basis, different after-school activities that the students can stay for, and other activities and supports that families may need. We have our social workers are highly skilled at providing the support services that each individual family needs. All you have to do is ask, and you will get any support that's required. So we look forward to welcoming you. And before we move on to the Q&A, I wanted to share the video. I don't know if you've had a chance to see this, but we have a video that was created by students and staff in the district.
I believe that Riverhead Central School District is the best choice for our kids because we know that our staff here is here 100% for the students.
I love my school because I get to meet new friends. My teachers help me accomplish all my goals.
In terms of why Riverhead is so special, I would have to say it's the amount of programs that we have. Whether it's our community-based program for our basic life skills or it's to our students who are college bound. We are addressing all their needs, preparing them for the real world, and I am confident that Riverhead Central School District can do that for your child. We offer a bilingual program which gives students the opportunity to practice Spanish and English, and I absolutely love it. We have a fantastic art program where the kids basically learn everything and anything under the sun. We do ceramics, we do painting, we do drawing, we do everything. And the kids have creative control of what they like to produce as young designers.
The Riverhead Music Department has opened me up to so much love and creativity and excitement through performance and new music. I love my school because we learn so much.
We hope that you get as much out of this district as all of our kids have. There's just so much here academically and socially for you. Your children will benefit from this district and what we have to offer.
Riverhead is a great place to live and to work and to grow up in. And there's no better family than the Blue Waves family.
And I just want to share with you our website. If you scroll to the center of the page, there's a link for registration for new entrants. And if you click there, that video is here and some flyers with information. And then here you can register for kindergarten by clicking here. And if you have any questions, the telephone number at PPS, our central registration location, is there as well. So at this point, I'll stop sharing. And would any of our panelists like to share anything before we open up for questions to our attendees?
I want to say, first off, thank you for the presentation this evening, Ms. Tona. It's really exciting to be able to show the community and potential students that are going to be coming to the Riverhead Central School District, just the amazing opportunities that we have to offer, and showing the faces on the screen shows the diversity of our staff as well. And I'm just really excited to see some of our new kindergartners here in September.
Thank you, Ms. Rogers. Ms. Banker.
I could just go through quickly, like a typical day, if that would be helpful for kindergarten. And of course, like across the buildings, it may differ a little, but really across the buildings, our kindergarten program is a really nice balance of play-based learning, academics, and socialization. And so from the minute the kids come in, they're socializing with one another. They have some tabletop activities to work on while they're eating breakfast. And then a lot of times the morning is full of different literacy activities. So we have workshop style learning. So we'll teach the children strategies for reading and writing, and then give them a chance to practice it out in the workshop. That's usually, followed by some literacy centers where the kids again get to together work on different skills that they're working on building, and the teacher then gets to meet individually and in small groups with the children as well. We have a special part of our day is purposeful play, and all of our kindergartens do have playtime carved out in them. And this playtime has an emphasis on language acquisition and language building and socialization. So that's something that we feel is really important for our kindergartners as well. As far as science is concerned, we follow the next generation learning standards for science. And so it's very hands-on in kindergarten, ties into our reading and our writing a lot. So, your kids will come home tired because they really are working all day. But again, it's very hands-on and they're very involved in their day. And we're super excited to see a whole new bunch of kindergartners.
Thank you, Ms. Benkert. I know parents have been starting to ask about kindergarten screening and orientation, and we're still making plans for those, being that right now we still have some social distancing requirements in place. So the building principals will be reaching out to the families of the students that will be attending their schools within the next couple of weeks with more information. We are closed next week for spring break, so I would expect to hear something in April from the building principals. So we are working on that, because typically in a normal year we would have everyone in, but we're trying to balance that with social distancing restrictions that are currently in place. We also hope that those get lifted soon. Does anyone at home have any questions? You can feel free to type that in to the chat or the Q&A. And I see some Q&A questions. So we mentioned about kindergarten screening. That's a work in progress. A parent asked, if the child's in pre-K, do we need to register them for kindergarten?
Do you want me to
take Karen?
Sure. So it's not necessary for you to register again. However, if you are interested in coming to the buildings to confirm your information, you can do that. We are having kindergarten registrations in the first and second week of April. So by building. So that information will be coming out soon. But I think it's important for us to make sure that we're confirming your information. So certainly feel free to do that, but you don't have to. We will automatically roll it. If you have any questions though, you can certainly feel free to contact the registration office directly.
Thank you. What do we anticipate the COVID protocols looking like for kindergarten in the fall? So right now, we all heard from the CDC on Friday and over the weekend that the CDC is recommending from 6 weeks of 6 feet of social distancing to 3 feet of social distancing. While we are hopeful that this will happen, we take our direction from the New York State Department of Health, who pushes it out to the county, Suffolk County Department of Health Services. So typically with all the changes that have happened over the past year, it's a 2 or 3 week lag time from when there's a change that the CDC recommends to when it gets to us. So we're not sure if the Suffolk County Department of Health and ultimately New York State Department of Health will adopt the 3 feet of social distancing. But if that does happen, we would be following that. So for September, we are very hopeful that we're able to have our students in person we are hopeful it's a normal year, but we just don't have the specifics yet until things play out and we get that information from the New York State Department of Health.
Ms. Tona, we have a question in the chat as well. Do each of the schools use the same primary resources for math curriculum? And if so, what is the primary resource textbook series? That's a great question.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if any of our kindergarten teachers would like to speak to that.
Well, we use Curriculum Associates Ready Classroom, and it has an online component as well through iReady, which we use as a diagnostic. Now, any of the teachers, as Dr. Kerner said, anyone want to jump in and talk about how you're using Ready Classroom?
Multimodal approaches at all, Kim?
Sure.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
so we use Ready Classroom, which is a discourse-based math program. It follows the Next Generation Learning Standards, but there is an emphasis on discourse or conversation about math. And, you know, like Dr. Kerner said, there is an online component as well. So once children take that diagnostic test, exam in the beginning of the year, they do then have My Path lessons that it will formulate just right lessons for your child based on where their strengths and weaknesses are, that then they can work on those independently, either at home or in the classroom. The children also do have a lot of hands-on manipulatives, counting blocks and cubes and 10 frames that they work on to solve their math problems. That's part of the curriculum, as well as having, you know, their workbooks. And so, you know, that is district-wide across all the elementary schools.
Thank you, Ms. Benkert.
Thank you.
Ms. Tona, we have another question in the chat. How do we know which building our children will be attending so that we can confirm their information?
If you're not sure which building, call Pupil Personnel Services. And someone had asked if I could put that back up on the screen.
And Mr. Carlson also put it in the chat as well. Thank you, Gary.
Thank you. So if you go to the district website, www.riverhead.net, and just go down to the middle, you could see COVID information registration for new entrants. If you click on that, you get to the registration page, and there's lots of information here. The link for registering for kindergarten, registering for grades 1 through 12, and the location of central registration, and the phone number and fax number, as well as an email address if you have any questions.
Great. We have another question, Ms. Tona. With COVID, are kindergartners still attending school full-time in person, or are they on a hybrid model? And there's a follow-up. So let's start there regarding full-time or hybrid.
All right. Well, we're happy that since January 11th, all of our K-6 students have been able to attend school full-time. We are less than 6 feet. The students wear cloth masks, and we have plastic desk barriers around each of the instructional spaces. And we're very happy that we have kept our positive infection rate very low. You know, sometimes a student or a staff member tests positive, and then we do have to contact trace, and some other individuals may need to quarantine, but those quarantined individuals are not testing positive in almost every case. So, and that's district-wide, but the K-4 buildings, as of this time, see very low positive rates. And I think everyone was pleasantly surprised that it has stayed that way since we were able to bring the students back 5 days a week in January.
Thank you, Ms. Tona. I agree. The follow-up question is the iReady diagnostic given in kindergarten?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, kindergarten gives it a little bit later in the year, so as not to overwhelm the kids in September. So late fall, early winter for kindergarten.
Thank you.
And I think this may be a repeat, but what do you anticipate the COVID protocols looking like in kindergarten for the fall? I think you may have spoken to that a bit. Yeah.
Hopefully there won't be any, or we don't know yet. It's possible that we may be able to all come back wearing masks, cloth masks. If we have to continue to socially distance, we'll have to do that. Right now, we do offer a full remote option. We're hoping that we won't have to do that for next year. We really want all of the students back. I mean, the kindergarten teachers, could you speak a little bit, one of the kindergarten teachers or a couple of the kindergarten teachers, about the difference from hybrid to January 11th and beyond, the students' reaction and how that's been going?
I see Ms. Jacobs joined us. Thank you so much. We have you as a panelist now, so you can speak and respond if you choose to.
I'll speak to going back 5 days.
Thank you,
it's made a huge difference socially with the children, and just that organic form of learning is so much more. So we're capable of doing that when we're in the classroom together 5 days. I think our online platform is phenomenal, but nothing beats being together in the classroom, and just that authentic learning and the discussion and the conversation that pops up from being all together in the classroom. The kids have been ecstatic, and I have been too. I've just enjoyed it so much. So I'm glad we are where we are right now.
Thank you, Mrs. Scott. And I know when I walk around the buildings and go into classrooms, the students have their masks on. It's second nature. It's not an issue for any of the students. They, when you watch them come off the bus in the morning and get to the classroom, kindergarten, at the first week or two, the kindergarten teachers will tell you this. It's challenging. It's change. It's something that the students aren't used to, but they quickly figure it out, and they become very successful in the school and comfortable and happy.
Mm-hmm. There's just some things that happen when you're in 5 days a week that just don't happen. I mean, even St. Patrick's Day, and having the kids excited about the leprechaun visiting, and there's just some authenticity to it that you don't have if you're not in the classroom. So just to add to that.
Thank you. All right, does anyone have any last minute comments to make? And if anyone at home has any questions, to put them into the chat or in the Q&A.
Ms. Tona, if I could just mention a little bit more about registration. Though it is completely feasible to do it all online, should anyone need assistance, either calling the 369-6706 number or the PPS reg@riverhead.net. Someone will be able to assist you if you have any problems with uploading documents or you have any specific questions. And additionally, we do have Spanish speakers on staff, so that if you need assistance in that regard, they can certainly help you as well.
Thank you.
And thank you, Ms. Mazzaferro. And I think that also relates to the question in the chat. What time does school start and end? So I think once people register or call, they can find out all the information regarding the specific schools that the children would be attending.
Yeah, to get a range, I think Roanoke is the earliest, 8:25 to 3:25. And the other schools are 8:50 to 3:50.
The buses, Christine, buses come in Roanoke at 8:40.
Okay, thank you.
Our school hours are 9:05 to 3:30 at Riley.
Thank you. All right. Thank you all so much for joining us this evening. If you have any questions at all, please reach out. You can reach out to any one of us on this panel. The building principals are excited about having our newest group of kindergartners in, and any questions that you have, everyone's happy to help. And we want the transition to be a successful one for you and your family. So thanks, everyone. Have a great night. Be well. And thank you to our panelists.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.